You still can't hear me? No, audio's not working. You can't hear me. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. We can hear me now. Okay, great. Sorry. I don't know what was going on. Let's try this. Okay, you can hear me now. Perfect. Great. Sorry, guys. Having some technical difficulties. Thank you for your patience. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, so then I'll start all over since you guys couldn't hear anything, and that's okay. Thank you for your patience again. So, today I'm going to be going over how to add 5+ doors in 30 days. Thank you. Thank you for your patience, guys. I don't know what happened with that. Glad to know you can hear me. Maybe it had to do with the fact that I wasn't face in there and it was just to present the slides. I don't know. My name is Juliana Sotomayor, and I'm going to be going over a system built to scale your door count fast without having to cold call, spending money on leads, or anything like that. No burnout or anything like that. We want to grow our business, our property management business, with the least amount of restriction as possible. So you are in the right place if you're a property manager and you're tired of relying on referrals or word of mouth. Those are good to have, but we definitely want to add more in our stack than just that. We don't want to sit around waiting for people to bring business to us. We want to go out and we want to get it. You're in the right place if you are a property manager, you want to grow, but you're stuck. So whether you have 50 doors, 100 doors, and you just want to get over that hurdle and continue to grow, and you're frustrated, you're probably tired of spending money on lead gen software or software that specifically targets tenants and not homeowners. So that's what we're here to do today. Today, we're solely focusing on growing your homeowner base, not tenants, okay? So today we're going to be going over how to generate leads from landlords and homeowner sources without having to pay for ads. We're going to be talking about how to follow up with automation and staying on top of minds. And we want you to manage your leads, your deals, and your marketing all in one place. And we're going to talk about how to scale your property management business predictably. Okay. This is not for you if you're looking for overnight success and if you just looking for something to be done for you. This ain't it. This is something that you got to put the work in first. And then once you build it up, you can definitely automate it so it's coming in with as least as, effort as possible. But if you're not willing to put in that initial effort, then this ain't for you. If you won't implement or try new tools, then this ain't for you. And once again, we're talking explicitly for homeowner leads. We're not talking about how to get tenants and how to fill vacancies. That's not what we're talking about. We're specifically talking about how to get homeowner leads, building up our clientele, our doors, so we can grow our portfolio. Now, if you stay to the end of this webinar, I will be offering 2 bonuses, a lead source worksheet, and that's a worksheet that you can basically track your leads. So you can go in there and put in where the lead came from, the follow-ups that you did, and things like that. It's just so you can keep that in your face and see exactly where you're at with that. And then I'll also be offering a 7-day follow-up sequence specifically for property managers. So that's just some ready-to-use email and SMS templates to convert leads into doors, okay? So that's specifically for the people who stay all the way to the end. So bear with me, okay? Now, a little bit about me. My name is Juliana, and I am a Central Florida property manager and real estate agent. And when I was trying to scale my business, I was having some trouble. I was feeling a little stuck. I was definitely burnt out, and I'm pretty sure you guys know that burnout feeling of I feel like I'm trying to do everything and nothing seems to be moving the needle forward. I was, a stay-at-home mom, got 2 kids, and I'm trying to grow my business, and I couldn't get past that threshold of where I was at. As soon as one owner would leave, then I would gain one, but I just couldn't get past that limit. And there was things out there that it really wasn't on that homeowner focus. There were a bunch of platforms and lead gen forms that's specifically for tenant facing things. So how to get more tenants or, like how to pay rent, how your tenants can go in there and do maintenance requests. And those are all fine and dandy because those are things and tools that we need for our business as well. But I was specifically looking for how to grow my door count. That's how you grow your businesses, evidently by growing your door count. So I was trying to scale my PM business while raising my kids. Every software I found focused on tenants, not homeowners, and anything for lead gen was insanely expensive or confusing. As a small business owner and a stay-at-home mom, I needed something simple, effective, and affordable. So if you know what that feels like, type that in the chat and say me too. Because I'm sure as a property manager, you felt something very similar. Now, today we are going to be talking about the 5 steps in order to add these 5 doors in 30 days, in the next 30 days. This is a proven 5-step system that helps property managers add doors consistently and predictably, okay? Now, step number 1, we're going to go more into detail as we go on, but this is just to recap what we're going to be going through. We're going to want to talk about targeting your ideal client. We want to focus exactly on who we want to talk to and what type of clients we want. Specifically, like, inherited landlords, tired landlords, and things like that. Then we're going to be talking about building your offer and your message. We want to create an irresistible value proposition for our ideal client. And then we're going to go deep into how to launch owner-focused lead magnets. So this is how we attract quality homeowner leads. And there's more than one way, but we're gonna talk about that. And then we're gonna automate these lead follow-ups. So we want to make sure that we're staying on top of mind without minimum manual effort. It does take some manual effort, but we're going to try and automate this as much as possible. And then we're going to set up your dashboard so we can convert and manage deals effectively, okay? So when talking about targeting your ideal client, if you've never heard of this before, then this might sound new to you. Depending on, where you're at in your business, you might have an idea of who your ideal client avatar is. So with this strategy, we're identifying the most motivated landlords, for example, those who've inherited properties or are tired of self-managing, and we're going to use that to target and maximize our campaign efficiency. So for example, these are inherited property owners, people who've inherited properties. Maybe they've gone through a probate. Maybe their parents passed down properties to them. Tired landlords, people who are frustrated with dealing with maintenance. They're dealing with tenants. Maybe they've even had to deal with evictions, and they're just like, you know what, I'm over it. Let me hire someone to deal with this for me. Out-of-state owners, even time-constrained investors, so people who they own properties, but they don't have time to manage them because they have a 9 to 5. So with this, I mean, for the people that currently own a property management company and they have some doors, type in the chat, what is your ideal client? Do you prefer working with one versus the other? Have you been kind of like all over the place? I'll take whoever. Or are you specifically targeting the clients you have? Type it in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. What type of landlords are you targeting? Come on, guys. Let's hear it. Multi-units, okay. All of them? We getting all of them? Yeah. Well, this is the system because we'll talk a little bit more into it, but when we talking about all of them, we want to focus more on one because when we're doing our targeting, our lead magnets, we want to be able to focus and speak to one specifically. So when they're reading our lead magnet, they're like, this is for me, you know? So once we do have that ideal client in mind, the next step is we're going to create our irresistible value proposition. So, this is a strategy that we are creating an irresistible offer and a message that speaks directly to the owner's pain points and aspirations. So, this is where, for example, if we're talking to a tired landlord, these are the people that they've been self-managing their properties themselves. And maybe in the past they've turned down property managers and like, no, I'm good. I could do this myself. I don't want to pay somebody X amount of money to do what I could do myself. I'll do it. But then for example, they maybe even experienced an eviction. They've had a bad tenant, didn't pay rent on time, and now they got to go through eviction, or they moved out and the house is a mess and they're so over it. They want to just get rid of it, right? So now we're going to create our message to them. We're going to take those pain points that they're experiencing and we are going to target them with our messaging. We're going to highlight unique services that solve specific owner problems. We're going to use language that addresses their specific challenges. So we're going to speak their language, cuz sometimes as a professional, we speak in our lingo. Like we talk in our language that other property managers will understand, but not the regular Joe Schmo. So we're going to make sure that we're speaking to them specifically. And we're going to position ourselves as the expert, as the solution provider. So we're the solution to their problems. And we're going to focus on the benefits, not just the features of our service. Okay. After that, we're going to go ahead and launch an owner focused lead magnet. So this is where we are calling out to them. So once we got our offer, we're going to go in and create valuable resources that attract property owners. So we're going to use value packed resources to encourage landlords and homeowners to contact you first. We're going to offer something that they genuinely need to establish your expertise. So I'm pretty sure you've seen, freebies, people posting out freebies. So this is where, for example, we're going to offer something, we're going to provide that value in exchange for their contact information. So, for example, we can offer a free rental market analysis for landlords, like a tax guide for their city, or we can offer them a ROI calculator where they can go in and put in the numbers and see that if it'll even make financial sense for them to hire a property manager. Or another good one is something simple as a free rental analysis where they can input their property address and then you send them a rental analysis. Hey, this is how much your property is worth. This is how much you could rent it out for. And then you capture in the back end, you capture their email, their name, their address in exchange for that analysis. So that's what that lead magnet is. That lead magnet is you're attracting your lead to you so you can get their contact information. You could later reach out to them and follow up with them and hopefully, book an appointment or sign that contract. And once we get them attracted to us, we're obviously going to continue to show our value. So we're going to set up and we're going to use automation to nurture and follow up so no warm lead falls through the crack. We don't want people to come in our system, and we don't want to attract these people all for nothing. We want to make sure that we're providing that value. And like I said, hopefully booking appointments and getting that contract signed. So we could do that with email sequences. So we can pre-write emails and send them within certain intervals to educate and engage these specific prospects who went in and opted in for whatever our freebie was, whatever our offer was. We can set up smart reminders so we never forget to follow up with someone. So if we say we're going to give you a call, we want to make sure that we remember to actually give you that call. We don't want to drop the ball so quick, We want to make sure that we're there and we're available when we say we're there and we're available. We can also do this by task automation, so automatically triggering the right task for your team at the right time. So drop in the chat. I want to hear if you have any specific system. What type of lead follow-up are you currently working on? Are you manual? Are you manually reaching out to people, giving them calls and setting up reminders, or are you doing this automatically? How are you currently getting your leads? Or even if you want to share, okay, all manual. If you want to share, if you have any lead magnets, do you have any lead magnets? How are you attracting your homeowners? Are you like doing cold calls, you reaching out to them? Maybe even Facebook, social media, word of mouth. Yeah, okay. Referrals. And referrals are good. They're definitely good. You want to keep that in your stack, but we definitely want to branch out and add more to our list. It can be very especially with the cold calls. Yes, it's super overwhelming. I've never been a fan of cold calls. The way my anxiety works, I can't do cold calls. All right. So after we get that set up, our next step, our fifth and final step, is to set up your dashboard to convert and manage these deals. So the strategy here is to centralize leads, tracking, and deal management for maximum conversions and a peace of mind. So this is where everything is all in that one system. We don't want a clunky, tool stack. We want everything centralized, so everything is all there in one place, so you can see what's going on, know what's working, know what isn't, so you can adjust from there and and keep moving, so you're able to grow. So this is where you're keeping all your lead management. So this is where you're tracking all your leads and you're organizing potential clients within one centralized system. You got a deal pipeline, so you can visualize your entire deal flow from new leads to signed contracts, and even performance metrics. This is where you're measuring your success with the conversion rates and marketing and your ROI. So you want something that's in your face, so you know what you're doing, you know what's working, and you know what's not. So to reiterate, this is how I added 5+ stores in 30 days. And this is a very simple process, a very simple framework. It's just getting all these pieces to the puzzle, and you're fitting it in all within, one puzzle. So you're not all over the place. It's all, what do they say? Keep it simple, stupid, We don't want to do anything extra. We don't want to overwhelm you. We don't want to add to the burnout. This is something that we're keeping it simple, and we're drawing it down to the basics. So we're targeting our ideal client. We're getting more of an idea of who it is that we want to work with. Because as property managers, I'm not sure what state you guys are in, but here in Florida, It's based off you're basically an independent contractor. So at that point, you can work with whoever you want to work with. So if you don't want someone in your business, or if you don't want to cater to a specific client, you don't have to. So this is where you can really pick and run your business how you see fit. So if you're like, you know what, I don't like self-managed, like I don't like landlords who previously self-managed because of whatever reason, maybe in your experience they've been more likely to be on top of you, giving you calls, trying to tell you what to do, and you're just like, you know what, that's not how I want to run my business. That's completely fine. That's how you want, that's how you want to run your business. That's how you run your business. Maybe you want to attract more of like the 9 to 5 workers. Maybe you're yourself like a nurse, for example, and you have coworkers or doctors and other nurses who like to invest, but they themselves don't know anything about property management. Then you can target them specifically because you know their lingo, you know their pain points, and you can, target them. So we want to get as clear as possible with who our target audience is. Now, you can definitely have more than one, because someone did mention before that, they target everybody. They want them all. And that's okay too. But when it comes up to our second step, in the framework, we want to build that offer and that message that really speaks to them, speaks to our target audience. So if you have more than one target audience, like I said, that's completely okay. But that means you're going to have more than one message, because you do want to keep that very specific to that specific target audience. So if you're trying to target, nurses and doctors or people in the healthcare, or even just, 9 to 5 workers, you don't want to talk about, evictions and people dealing with, self management problems, because they probably have no idea what those struggles are yet. They haven't gotten to that point, so they don't understand that message. So you want to target that message specifically to your target audience. And then once we craft that message and that value proposition, then we're going to go ahead and launch our lead magnet. So someone mentioned before in the comments that they have done like freebies. So whether it be the rental analysis, we're offering a rental analysis to go through their property. Maybe we even run some comps for them, see what the area in their neighborhood is offering for rent, something similar to their property. Or maybe we're offering some, not tax advice because we're not tax experts, but just something similar to what property management's like, need to know what property management and taxes, or even things that are like, when you overwhelm someone with a bunch of information, they're just like, you know what, this is too much. You do it for me. That could be a strategy too. And then after we get to that point, then we're going to go ahead and make sure that we automate as much follow-up as possible. So we're staying top of mind. So we want to make sure that we're in their face. It takes, they say it takes up to 7 follow-ups for someone to know, like, and trust you at that point. So after seven touches, that's when they're like, okay, this person, they know what they're talking about. They seem to be out there. Let me go ahead and either check them out, book an appointment, or just go ahead and hire them. So we want to make sure that we're in their face as much as possible. We're not spamming them. We're not flooding their timelines or anything like that, but we're offering that value. And then we're going to set up our dashboard so we can see everything all in your face and we know what's working and what isn't working. So once we implement this system, I guarantee you're going to watch your property management grow, and it's going to be consistent and predictable. We're going to, we want to make sure that we're growing our business. We're getting out of that plateau, and we're actually growing our business so we can assist more property owners, more homeowners, and we're growing our business and scaling our property management business. So the market is shifting right now. Things are changing. Owners are looking for better options. Property management system, property managers with systems are winning bigger accounts. So if you're one of those people who've been in the business you know, 15, 20 years. We don't want you to stay in, I've been doing this for 20 years. I know how this works. We want to get out of that mind frame because things are always changing. That's good that you've been in the property management business for, 15, 20 years, but things are changing and you want to make sure you're changing with the market. So we want to make sure that we're up to date on what's going on out there. There's AI now, there's different tools and different tricks that people are using to get these bigger clients and these bigger accounts. And we want to make sure that we're one of those people as well. So the window to build your portfolio efficiency is now. This is, now's the time we want to start doing things to get to that level. We want to get out of that plateau and make sure that, we're growing our business. And property managers who act quickly, they gain a significant competitive advantage. So like I said, using the tech and tools that are available now and not, what was available 5, even, 2, 3 years ago, things are changing. Now, the big benefits of scaling smart, which is exactly what we want to do, is we're saving time with automation. We're consistent with the doors flowing in. We never forget a lead again. And we're stepping out of operations. So as we're growing our business, the goal is to work on the business, not in the business. So we want to eventually take ourselves out of it. As much as you love the property management business, as you grow, you can't be the one doing everything. You can't be the one wearing all the hats. So you definitely want to build a system that kind of gets you out of that. And that's how we do that. We scale smart. So what I'm offering you is I want to introduce you to DoorScale. DoorScale is I did see someone ask in the chat if the system assists with lead generation. So yes, DoorScale is one of those platforms. It's a platform specifically for homeowner lead generation. So remember in the beginning how I mentioned how I was trying to find anything and everything that can possibly help me grow my business. And everything out there was all tenant facing systems. And I needed something to be homeowner facing. So this is where I came up with DoorScale. So DoorScale is what I use, a platform that's helped me add 5 doors a month, every 30 days, 5 doors minimum to my portfolio. And this is where we can do all that all in one within this one system. So if you since you're here in the webinar, not only will you get those 2 bonuses that I offered you at the beginning, but I'm also offering you a founding member price point for DoorScale. So in DoorScale, you have full access to all the features as a founding member. So you get the lead generation, the automation, and the management tools that you need. You'll have 2 private strategy calls every month. And this is where I'll be personalizing coaching to implement your strategy. So depending on what your personal needs are, we can go through your ideal client and we can go through even some lead magnets, and we can personalize that to based off of how you want to run your business. We have an exclusive Facebook community. So this is where you can connect with other successful property managers, other members who use DoorScale. You can kind of ask questions, share your wins and things like that. And then there's some ready to use templates and sequences. So I am going to be sharing my 7-day sequence, the follow-up systems with some emails and text messages. But here on DoorScale, you'll have access to different workflows, which a workflow is basically like the automation system that happens in the background. You basically tell it what you want it to do, whether it be you want to make phone calls, you want to send out text messages, you want to send out emails. You can all create that within this one workflow and it'll do it all. And we have some ready for you plug and play templates so you can get started quick, fast, and in a hurry. So With Doorscale, originally we were offering only 5 members, but we're opening it up because that got booked out really quick. Wasn't expecting that. So we're offering another 5 spots specifically for those who joined us during this webinar. So it'll be $97 a month, and there's no setup fees or anything like that. Just $97 a month, and you'll have access to all of the features. We don't gatekeep out here, okay? And I'm offering a 7-day free trial. So if you want to check it out, you want to test it out, play around with it, plug and play, see if this is something that you can do yourself. If you want to hire a team, you can definitely do that too. It's not required, but if you want to try it out for 7 days, you can try it out for free. No questions asked. If you want to, you're playing around with it and you're saying, you know what, this is not for me, then you can cancel it all on your own. We have easy cancellation, no questions asked, and we do offer that full support. So we have an onboarding. We'll have that onboarding call, get you set up. And then we also have those strategy calls twice a month. And we do have like I said, the community Facebook group specifically for our members. So you can go in the Facebook group, ask a question. If I don't get to you right away, maybe someone in the group can help you and assist you. Share their systems and how they're winning, and maybe you can bounce ideas off of each other. Are all the templates set up? Yes. So there are some templates in there depending on what kind of business you want to run. So we're specifically targeting people in the real estate industry. So whether you're a realtor, this will definitely be a source for you as well. Realtor or property manager, you can go in, add that you are a property manager in there, and then you'll have some templates, some website. You're able to add in like funnels and websites, and you can do all that in there, some email marketing, and you have those templates. So here on the right, if you see where this photo is, this shows you you remember how I mentioned getting everything in that one platform so you could see everything all in your face and not have to bounce around. Here with Doorscale, we have everything that's all in one within this one platform. So here we have the CRM. So once someone comes in your system, it can go straight to your CRM. It'll add a contact. You can add tags, you can segment them. And then we also have the pipeline management. So you can see where in the pipeline visually, where they are, where they started, and where you want them to be. And you can see exactly where they are so you can know how to move them to the next stage. We also have sales funnels. So we got funnels and websites. So you can do that lead magnet, online lead magnet. You can even set up a course and get people registered. So once they come in your CRM, then you'll know exactly where they came in from and how to reach out and how to follow up. And then you can even automate the follow-up. So we have surveys and forms. So if you want to have a form on your website for someone to say you want to do like a contact us form, that'll automatically go on your CRM. Email marketing, two-way SMS marketing. We can even book appointments. So if they go in there and they say, hey, I like what you're offering, I want to go ahead and book an appointment, they can do that all within this one system. That workflow automation, courses, call tracking. And then another big one is the reputation management. So here, once you sign a client, you can automatically send them like a review request. Hey, it was great working with you. Please leave me a review on how your onboarding went, how simple it was. So we all know nowadays, the more reviews we have, the more likely we are to grow our business. So that definitely helps with the growth of the business and scaling the business. And we also have tracking and analytics. So we have a dashboard where you can see where everybody is on the platform and how to move them forward. You get to see what's working and what isn't working, and you can adjust accordingly. So that is Doorscale in a nutshell. Do you guys have any questions for me? Drop it in the chat. So I did answer yes, the templates are all set up, and it definitely does help with the lead generation. And if you are a person who likes to cold call, you can go ahead and cold call from the software as well. So you don't got to take that off of your way you do things, but you can do that on here as well. Are there any questions? What gets them to the website originally? So with DoorScale, it's based off of WordPress. So there's a good SEO function. If you're interested, I can send a link in the chat so you can schedule a demo. But there are some good SEO functions in there, so you can add in some keywords, make sure that you're actually optimizing it for SEO so you can get that organic reach. And there's a social profile, so you can add your social media, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, if you post on YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever social media that you use, there's a one platform, so you can go on there, post any links to all your social media, and you can all see it on there. So you can do things that way, or I'm sorry, hold on, gotta pop up. Yeah, so you can send out like for your lead magnets specifically. We can send it out on social media, sharing links, posting on Facebook groups, things like that. You're using your SEO, so we're making sure that our SEO is optimized and it's SEO friendly. Your You can connect it to your Google profile, your My Google business page, and depending on how much reviews you have, if someone is searching up, property managers in whatever city, if you have that Google business profile, that'll pop up on there as well. You're welcome. Any more questions? Okay, well, let me go ahead and in the chat, I added DoorScale in there, the website where you can go on and just click on the starter package once you go on there. Like I said, as a founding member, you'll get access to all features. So you'll have access to all the features and it'll be that one low price. So you won't, prices won't increase on you. You're locked in at that $97 a month for life as long as you're on the platform. So you can sign up using that link I just put in the chat, doorscale.com. And then you can click on the pricing, or it says like try it for free, and you'll have that 7 days free. And then it'll be $97 a month. If you would like to schedule like a demo before signing up, we can do that as well. You can sign up for the demo, book an appointment that's based off of your availability. Do you offer CRM management as an add-on, or do you offer training? So yes, as a founding member, I won't be doing management, but trainings. So we'll be having that strategy sessions, 2 strategy sessions per month. Say that 5 times. And so we'll be basically going through anything you can think of, anything that you want your business to run, like how you want it to run with the automations and things like that. And we can work together and do it with you on how to do those things. And then I am working on some training, some online training, so you'll have access to that. So anytime I'll come up with like a new video or a new training, you'll have access to all new features. Anytime something gets updated or upgraded, or we call it a snapshot, which is like the templates and workflows, you'll get access to that as a founding member. You'll get access to all the updates. So it's not like you'll have to, pay for an additional fee for anything. You'll have access to all that. All right, guys. Well, if there are no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you again for showing up and being here with us live. It's doorscale.com if you want to sign up. And thank you again for your patience. I know we had some technical difficulties in the beginning. So thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I am looking forward to seeing you inside a Door Skill. Have a great one.